You stopped yelling, you breathed deeper, and now the whole house is shifting. That's power. Hi, my name is Jesse, and this is The Valiant Lifestyle. How many of you out there have just lost your cool and not known what to do next? But you realize that yelling doesn't get you anywhere, it's just an adult tantrum. And furthermore, all they're hearing is your volume. They're not really hearing your words anymore. It's time to tamp that down. Before I get any of this started though, in this powerful episode, I want to welcome you to subscribe if you have not already. What I do for men in this channel is I bring about the catalyst of change. I talk about the things that are strategies and tools that have worked for me in hopes that they will work for you. Subscribing is easy, just coming over here or here, wherever the subscribe button is located today. Just subscribe, hit all. What all does is it allows all of my communication to get through to you. And welcome back. If you're watching this again, welcome back. If you're even watching one of my episodes for however many times that is, welcome back. This is your channel too. All right, let's get going on this. Nervous system sync. When you regulate, they regulate. Short and simple, short and sweet. I'm gonna let you in on what this is, my man. There are two cycles. If we look at the polyvagal theory, two cycles of which your system goes through. You go through a parasympathetic nervous system reaction or a sympathetic nervous system reaction. Guess which one is the most, guess which one's the bad one? The answer? Neither. One means growth, the other means comfort. One means rest and repair, the other means flying off the handle. They're both good. It's like the yin and yang of whatever this is for you and how that means and shows up today. But the sympathetic nervous system is one where you jump into fight or flight. It is one where you freeze or fawn. But it's also one where you, as an individual, if you're in that all the time, you're stressed. And not all stress is bad for you. Heck, when you're in a bit of a stressful situation sometimes, let's look at it this way. When we were hunters and gatherers, and I mean this is just a bit of an analogy, but when we were hunters and gatherers as men, our nervous systems weren't stressed out all the time. In fact, they were about anywhere from 7 to 11% of the time stressed out. And when was that? When we were about to render an animal, when we were about to have this spiritual experience with catching fish or being out and hunting for our families, for whatever that was, however that meant. Fast forward now though, with all the things and all of the catch-alls in our society, news on TV, the bad news of this, somebody so-and-so's dying. Stress at work because there's so much going on. There's so many little details. Our nervous systems don't get time to stand down. And in a world where there's so many little things like Wi-Fi, there's so many things like EMFs, your nervous system it feels everything. And it doesn't get time to rest and repair in the parasympathetic state. Therefore, it is hard for us to regulate. Now, saying that, there's a lot more to this. And I'm going to be teaching and I'm going to be speaking to this in another video. For now, I want to show you this. I want to talk to this. When you regulate, you are balancing your nervous system. You're finding a way to become calm. You are taking all of what you can, breathing, looking at things differently, seeing things in your environment as not of a threat, and feeling out how to regulate it. And you being the man and the pillar within your family, in your relationship even. Your kids and your wife will model your reaction. You are that pillar. You are that reference point for them. And they figure out how to go to a parasympathetic state because they feel your energy. Yes, they feel your energy on a deeper level. And that is something of which is a gift. that is a human gift. And you might not be able to feel it or be able to identify it yet. But that connectiveness, that connection to yourself, to be able to do that, to be able to bring yourself into a parasympathetic state, calm, maintenance and repair, is such a relief. It's such a relief, my man, because when you're stressed out and you're all over, you are dysregulated. You're ungrounded. You're snapping. You're falling apart. You're not even feeling like you're a great dad. And the truth of it is, you're not. I mean, you are, and you're okay to have those feelings, but in those moments, you're not feeling like your best self. Less chaos, more curiosity. Your kids, your wife will respond better when they feel safer. When you're grounded, when you start doing more me time, and when you start allocating more time for yourself, yes, you, without the excuses, allocating more time for yourself every day, each morning. First thing, don't argue with me. Don't argue with Coach Jesse here on this one. Every morning, show yourself some me time, 15 minutes to an hour. That's it. That's it. And it might mean you're waking up at 4:30 or 5. Get over it. Get over yourself. You're the valiant man now. What happens when you do this? You start to become stronger. You start to realize that you can handle more because the feats, the challenges within your own life that you have started to learn from by doing the things that you're doing. You learn that whomever, like your wives, your kids, are not greater than that. And you become this grounded person that is able to feel safe. And when you feel safe, your kids and your wife regulate. And when they regulate, they want to be around you. They want to, even when they're dysregulated, they want you. They want to figure out how to do this. So they're going to try and regulate regardless. But these are just tips. The next thing I have to say, your calm invites connection. So silence now has softness, not tension. It's okay to be soft on these things. And soft by means of firm. I don't mean getting out of your masculine frame, but I mean being soft when it comes to talking to your children about different areas where you want to see improvements and where the boundaries have come down. And, even when you feel like you've been a little bit more brash, being softer. You don't have to be this stoic guy that is showing them that having a tone of voice softer, of which feels softer, which is not stoic and not strong and not bold, is a sign of weakness, because it's not. Being vulnerable, being responsible, taking responsibility for your actions is far more stronger than being this militant dad where you always talking like this and this is your tone you carry through and you're just not shut off. You're this guy all the time. How boring is that? How boring is that when you're that type of dad all the time? They want that softness about you. They want to know that it's safe to climb into your environment, to where you are. I know my daughters love it when I come up to them and I put my arms around them and I talk to them like this. And I ask them what they're doing. And I'm curious about how they're doing it. Because when I'm talking like this, there's some sort of authority that I'm seeking. And it feels like they're being lectured or patronized. And that's not what we're doing here. See, this works well when you understand the energy and the power that you wield, and you don't take anything for granted, and you don't take advantage of this, but you apply it the right way. And on that note, I want to invite you, if you're interested in knowing more about this, to go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and book that 30-minute discovery call that you've been like, How do I know more? How do I figure out, what do I do, Jesse? This is what you do. This is what you do. You go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and you book that 30-minute discovery call and you have a chat with me. And let's talk about questions that have come up during this video that you've written down or maybe you've made note of. All right. Thank you for watching today. It's been a pleasure to serve you. Let's do this.